Hello. My last drill into CheckCap was over 6 months ago. Since then, ARK Invest Cathy Wood and Rentec's Jim Simons have both pulled the plug and have sold all their holdings in the company. What on earth is going on with CheckCap? Since then, the stock price has continued to go pummeling down and has cratered beyond repair, where it's trading at now close to 4 cents. Oh my lord, that is a full 6 cents below the $1 minimum Nasdaq listing requirement. Is there any way back for CheckCap? I think you'll be surprised to know that I reckon a little pop is literally around the corner for the stock. Stay tuned for a quick drill and more. Keep it simple. Well. There are a few pieces of news that we should really touch on. First, back in November 2021, CheckCap announces the publication of a peer-reviewed article highlighting safety and patient satisfaction data for its colorectal screening test, the C-scan. Patients who underwent the procedure as part of the 2019 US pilot study were significantly more likely to recommend the C-scan test as compared to traditional colonoscopy. Colonoscopy is literally where they stick the thing in your, Okay, so seeing this, where an average score of 4.1 out of 5 versus a score of 2.8 out of 5 leaves me incredibly bullish on the C-scan moving forwards. On December the 23rd of 2021, the dreaded news comes where CheckCap announced that they received the Nasdaq minimum bid price notification. Simply put, they need to meet $1 as a minimum price per share if they want to remain listed on the Nasdaq. So they have 180 calendar days to regain compliance. According to this letter, the company has from the 23rd of December until June 21st, 2022 to regain the compliance. Now, there's more than one way of regaining compliance, and the simple one is that the stock price moves back up and reaches $1 for a minimum of 10 consecutive business days, in which the company will be provided with a written confirmation of compliance and this matter will be closed. And the second way? Well, a reverse stock split, where basically a measure is taken by companies to reduce the number of outstanding shares. Existing shares are consolidated into fewer but proportionally more valuable shares, resulting in a boost to the company's stock price. Well, I wouldn't put it past them, and quite frankly, if it came to it, this is what we as shareholders would want. A delisting basically is not good news for the company or the stock. The thing I find strange is that on the day of the release of this letter, the stock actually went up 3.62%. Does that make any sense to you? On the 5th of January 2022, CheckCap issues a letter to us shareholders as a general update of everything throughout 2021. And the key highlight for me is the US pivotal study. In 2021, they received the approval from the FDA for their IDE application, permitting the company to initiate what we want, the pivotal study. And here, they announced that they recently submitted a supplement to the FDA to amend the study to add a first part to the trial that is designed to further enable calibration of the system specifically for the average risk US population. What does that mean? That means they want to split this pivotal trial into 2 segments, and they expected the agency to provide feedback in Q1 of 2022. And subject to the agency's approval for their amended study design, they anticipate beginning the initial part of the US pivotal study in the March or April of 2022, and the all-important second part of the pivotal study will commence in Q4 of 2022. This expanded 2-part pivotal study will initially focus on device calibration and enhancement of their algorithms, followed by a second portion, this is key, which will compare the performance of C-scan to traditional colonoscopy. This is what will determine whether C-scan will be success or failure. So in accordance with the currently approved IDE, the second comparative portion of the study will be analysed for statistical significance. They go on to say that they will provide updates on the planned amended study design as well as the key milestones associated with the study progress throughout 2022. This means they will be likely to communicate updates to our shareholders throughout the year. In parallel, they will continue to gather data at their Israeli sites in order to further calibrate the system, which I'm guessing will support their part 1 of the pivotal study. And just to recap, they achieved in early 2021 the breakthrough device designation from the FDA. Also, in late 2021, the European Medical Device Regulation (MDR) issued a renewal of the company's CE mark approval for an additional 5 years. This is a regulatory achievement for the company, among the first medical device companies to comply with the strict requirements of this new advanced directive. The updated MDR CE approval does not only permit CheckCap to commercialize C-scan in Europe, but provides further external validation of the company's quality systems. While currently we remain focused primarily on the US market, the renewal enables us to continue to explore opportunities to launch C-scan in other international markets. And we'll come back to this because I actually fail to see why they're not selling in Europe right now. And you will notice that under every press release from CheckCap, they have this: investor contacts, Irina Kofler, Life Science Advisors LLC. So, CheckCap engages a consultant as their investor relations. That is very interesting. So I thought, why not give Irina an email? So I sent an email to Irina on the 27th of January, basically outlining my concerns as to why they have not started their trials and is there any commercialization plans in Europe. To my surprise, I get a reply from Irina Kofler. This is great. The reply basically states, the latest update is that the company submitted a change request amendment to the FDA to modify its planned clinical trial, or should I say correctly, the pivotal trial, yeah? It expects to hear back from the agency in Q1 2022, and this is key. If they get the approval to move forward, they expect to begin the pivotal trial in late March/April 2022. That literally is within touching distance. With respect to selling the product in EU and Israel, yes, they can do it, but have opted not to do so and to solely focus on the US market instead. The way I think about this is that they are clearly seeking the FDA stamp of approval before doing so. Why? Because according to their latest investor presentation, the economic burden worldwide for colorectal cancer is $99 billion, whereas for the US alone, it's only $24 billion. And this is also reflected in the multi-billion-dollar market opportunity. They can easily start selling in Europe, where the target addressable market is double the US. But why are they not doing it? The only explanation I can think of is they are seeking the FDA stamp of approval before moving in Europe. On the 7th of February 2022, CheckCap announces the FDA approval of their amended IDE application for the pivotal study of C-scan. That means they anticipate initiation of first part of pivotal study in March-April 2022 timeframe. I reckon as soon as they announce that they have commenced the pivotal study within the coming month, the stock is likely to see a nice little pop right back up, and we could potentially regain compliance with Nasdaq right there. So if you're invested in CheckCap or looking to start an investment in CheckCap, know this: I really think the explosive nature that this company and its stock and its product could have on the world is astronomical. But don't let that fool you. This is not coming anytime soon, and we could potentially be talking a year, 2 years, who knows. I really do think CheckCap are lining themselves up for discussions for a takeover by a big pharma, and if that happens, they could explode anytime. The final piece of news, they announced a $10 million registered direct offering, which basically means they have been in talks with several institutional and accredited investors for the purchase and sale of 20 million of the company's ordinary shares and accompanying warrants. This means that there are some institutions out there that CheckCap have managed to sway to make an investment. And the timing of this comes with 1 month to go before I reckon they will announce and begin their phase 1 pivotal trial for the calibration of the device. Something is quite fishy there, if you ask me. It's like they know, or they are expecting, the stock price to rise drastically. Let's take a quick look at some of the biggest institutional investors of CheckCap. Back in August of 2021, ARK Invest's Israeli ETF fund had CheckCap at the number 57th position with 3 million shares. Since then, ARK Israeli Innovation ETF has completely sold out. They have 0 shares, so they're not even listed anymore. What does that mean? With the recent sellout of Palantir by Cathie Wood, things are not really making any sense to me. Regardless, we should pay attention to this. What about the other big institutional investor? And what about Rentec and Jim Simons? They are no longer anywhere to be seen. In fact, they have actually filed on the 11th of February that they have completely sold out of their position in CheckCap. Now, is there pause for concern right there? To summarize, with a tiny float of 92 million shares, I reckon any positive news for the C-scan and the initiation of the pivotal study coming within the next month or two will likely send the stock climbing higher. For me, CheckCap represents a game changer in the colorectal cancer space that, frankly, I see no other alternative apart from sticking the wire in your Okay, so please note, I'm extremely bullish on the future outlook of this company and its medical device, whether they are going to be acquired by a big pharma or whether they try to somehow go it alone. I reckon there is a clear market for this product. And so, I'm extremely bullish. So please take this drill with precaution and always do your own DD. If you found this video informative, then do me a favor and just consider subscribing to this channel so you get an update when a new video is uploaded. I am a simple trader. I try to keep this simple and will simply see you in the next video.